Alright, so welcome to your second day, lesson 2 of math. So today what we're going to be doing is just doing a worksheet together. So we'll switch between either doing a Google Slides, doing a worksheet, or doing a video of me talking on the board. So today this is what we're going to be doing, so we're going to answer these together. So use the arrays below to answer each set of questions. Number 1, how many rows of cars are there? So remember, the rows are vertical. So right here where my mouse is, these are the rows. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to type in 4 here. Now, how many cars are in each row? So let's go to row 1 and see how many cars are in the row. We have 1, 2. So I'm going to put my 2 here. Alright, so that is it for number 1. So let's go to number 2. Number 2, what is the number of rows? So remember again, it is the vertical line right here. These are where our rows are. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3. Alright, so we have the number of rows. Now, what is the number of objects in each row? So let's go to row number 3. And count how many are in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 right there. Alright, so now to number 3. There are 4 spoons in each row. So we have 4 spoons here and 4 spoons here. How many spoons are in 2 rows? So what's the total amount of spoons if they have 2 rows and 4 in each? So now if you're comfortable with skip counting, you could say 4, 8. But if you're not comfortable with skip counting, you can count each individual spoon. So we'll count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's our total amount of spoons. Now they're saying write a multiplication expression to describe the array. So down here I kind of wrote a little something for you to remember. For our multiplication expressions about arrays, it's how many rows times how many in each row. That's going to give us the total. So we know here we have 2 rows times how many in each row. We have 4 in each row. And just like before, it gave us the total of 8. So we have 2 rows times 4 in each row. Gives us the total number of 8 spoons. So now number 4. There are 5 rows of triangles. How many triangles are in each row? So we have 5 rows, but now we want to know how many in each row. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now we need to write a multiplication expression to describe the total number of triangles. So the first thing we want to do is see how many rows. Up here it said there are 5 rows, but we can count and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now it's 5 times how many in each row. So we have 5 rows times how many in each row. So let's count how many triangles are in the 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know it's going to be 5 times 4. So now we need to figure out how it equals. We can do this by skip counting by 5s to our 4th finger. So I'm going to hold up 4 fingers and I'm going to skip count. And as I skip count, I'm just going to tap each finger. So I'm starting at 5, 10, 15, 20, which gives us a total of 20 triangles in all. If the skip counting is too much or you're just not ready for that, you can always count each individual triangle and it should still give you 20. We can skip count by 4s. We go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So just make sure you keep practicing your skip counting. So we're going to go on to the back side. Alright, so let's read number 5. The dots below show 2 groups of 5. So here's one group, here's the other group, and 5 dots total. Now we want to redraw the dots as an array that show 2 rows of 5. So let's start with, here is our first row and our second row. Now they say each row has 5 dots in them. So let's see. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have to add 5 to this one too. I have already 1 again. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that gives me an array with 2 rows and 5 dots in them. So now let's compare the drawing to your array. Write at least one reason why they are the same and one reason why they are different. Well, they're the same because they have the same number of dots. We still have 5 here, which gives us a total of 10. And we have 5 here and 5 here, which gives us a total of 10 dots in all. So now, how are they different? Well, these are just kind of placed wherever they want to be placed. These are placed into rows. So this is easier to count because you can count, you know that they have the same amount right by looking at them. So you can go 5, 10. And these are just placed wherever. It's going to take you a little longer to count because just by looking at it, they might not have the same numbers in each group. Alright, so they're different because the array is in rows and the other ones are just in whatever place they can be. So now we're going to go on to number 6. Emma collects rocks. She arranges them in 4 rows of 3. Draw Emma's array to show how many rocks she has altogether. Then write a multiplication equation to describe the array. So the first thing we're going to do is make our 4 rows. So 1 row, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we have our 4 rows and we need to make sure there's 3 in each row. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, So you're having a little bit of difficulties with typing, so I just typed it out instead of you seeing me draw it. So now we want to know how many rocks she has all together. So let's first write a multiplication equation to describe the array. We know that it's how many rows, like the page before, times how many in each row. So we know we have 4 rows times how many dots are in each row, 3 equals. So what we can do is we can count by 3s all the way to our 4th finger. So we're going to start here. We're going to go 3, 6, 9, 12. So I have a total of 12 dots in this array. But we need to write that out in a complete sentence. So we're going to write Emma has a total of 12 rocks. So I made this a complete sentence, which means the first letter is capitalized and at the end there is a period. So now let's go on to number 7. Joshua organizes cans of food into an array. He thinks my cans show 5 times 3. We're going to draw Joshua's array to find the total number of cans he organizes. So just like before, the first number is how many rows. So Joshua is saying he has 5 rows. So we're going to go 1, 2, So I made the 5 rows, that's what he's saying, and then we always say rows times how many in each row. So each row must have 3 food cans. So I'm going to pause it and draw the 3 in each row. Alright, so now we have our 5 rows of 3 in each. So right here, how many rows times how many in each row. Now we need to find the total number of cans he organizes. So we can count by our 3s to our 5th finger. So we're going to start 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So Joshua organizes a total of 15 cans. Alright, so we have our completed multiplication sentence. 5 times 3 equals 15. And our complete sentence, Joshua organizes 15 cans. If at all you're getting confused or if you feel like you need a little more help, I am going to link a video underneath this in Edmodo of another explanation of this lesson. And then all you have left is your IXL homework for math. All right, thank you very much and have fun. Bye.